They've come to Vegas with big dreams. Dreams of polishing a tournament resume. Dreams of getting off the bubble and into the dance. Some dreams will come true, and some will come crashing down. It's a big day in the Mountain West. Long live the champion! You are watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. We are waking up in Vegas on an enormous day in the Mountain West, and we start things with the 8th seed Wyoming and the regular season champ San Diego State. This is a seismic day, and look at the games we've got in the quarterfinals. Our second game, terrific. The 4 seed Boise State against the 5 seed Nevada. We've got games all day, and we're glad you're with us. Hi, everybody. I'm Rich Waltz, along with former Gonzaga All-American Dan Dickow. Tournament bids, bubble hopes, and this is just the quarterfinals. We got 4 teams that come in here with a great shot at the tournament.
Yeah, you're right. The Mountain West Conference is one that nationally needs to be looked at very closely. San Diego State is in. 3 bubble teams, but then number 5, Nevada, is an upstart that's been playing really well lately.
Well, San Diego State is the 1 seed because they're the regular season champs, and they've got 2 dynamic offensive players in Matt Mitchell and Jordan Shackle.
2 seniors from Southern California that have continued to keep San Diego State as one of the best programs, not just on the West Coast, but the country. Mitchell, the Conference Player of the Year, is very versatile. Shackle, one of the best shooters in all of college basketball, has done a nice job expanding his game to also be able to put on the deck this year.
The 8th seed Wyoming is rebuilding, but they've had some big moments this year, especially yesterday. 111 points in the first round, and Marcus Williams, Hunter Maldonado are tough covers.
Well, anytime you put up 111 points in a game, you must have great guard play. Marcus Williams, the freshman of the year in the conference, fits that bill well, and Hunter Maldonado is as versatile of wing as you're going to find in the Mountain West. Does a tremendous job of helping make the game easier for others.
Yes, we said 111 yesterday, most in Mountain West history. Obviously a clinic and obviously a concern for Brian Dutcher and San Diego State. The Cowboys are Cinderella. They'd love to pop some bubbles. San Diego State regular season champs. It's quarterfinal day in the Mountain West.
The ECG app lets me take an ECG without needing an appointment or a fancy machine or even needing to move a muscle.
Because if I want to take an electrocardiogram,
I'm going to take an electrocardiogram.
right here,
Right now.
Wealth is your first big investment. Worth is a partner to help share the load. Wealth is saving a little extra. Worth is knowing it's never too late to start, or too early. Wealth helps you retire. Worth is knowing why. Principal, for all it's worth.
you gorilla tape that?
No, why? Gorilla tape, of course.
Gorilla Tape is 3 times stronger for a hold that lasts. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Jimmy John's delivery, huh? It's probably all soggy.
No, it's really fresh.
Sure it ain't soggy?
Bribery is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
Stay out of it, kid.
Jimmy John's. Order delivery on the app.
One last week for a one-way ticket to the big dance.
I'm gonna be very legendary.
This is what March is all about.
Bracket Week on CBS Sports Network. The madness starts here.
They met twice, and neither game was close. Dominant performances by Jordan Shackle and Matt Mitchell. First game 87-57. Mitchell went off 26. And a 27-point win for the Aztecs. Now, Wyoming was down 6 players to COVID protocol in that first game. And Jeff Linder told us today, Dan Dickow, they learned some lessons. They watched that tape, as painful as it was. They've made some adjustments, and certainly we'll see if that works. Kubota brings you the starting lineups. Told you about Williams and Maldonado. Graham EK dropped 32 last night in the opening round against San Jose State. And Terrell Gomez is a 3-point sniper for San Diego State. And Brian Dutcher, in his 4th year, 11 straight wins, lots of momentum, and another regular season championship. And of course, last year, remember, San Diego State, even though they lost the championship, were primed to get either a 2 or a 3 seed in the tournaments. Ready to go. Dan Dickow, tempo. What will we look for early here?
Well, San Diego State is one of the best defensive teams in the country. Wyoming, as evidenced last night with their 111 points, they want to play a little faster pace. They have to pick and choose their spots when to get out in transition.
This is Trey Pulliam. He's done a nice job in the starting lineup. Backs up, buries a 3, just like that.
What a start for Pulliam. First possession, shot that with a lot of confidence. Only 10 made 3s on the season coming in. That's the type of confidence shot somebody who is a knockdown shooter would take.
Marcus Williams in the backcourt. Maldonado comes for a screen and an offensive foul inside. Kenny Foster with his first personal. Foster in that starting lineup. Of course, this is a court in a city that San Diego State absolutely loves. They play well here. Shackle misses his first 3. Rebounding is going to be an issue in this game for the Cowboys. And Dan Dickow, Jeff Linder also said, even though we scored 111 points, we want to control our possessions. If we take bad shots, San Diego State can turn that into transition points.
Well, you're seeing it right away off the bat. They took 7 or 8 seconds to get into their offensive set, shorten the game due to late entries into their offensive sets.
But that was a tough bounce pass. Ike did a nice job to control it, rotate to Ducell, and his 3 beats the buzzer.
Well, that's the way you play late into the shot clock. Hit a 3 at the buzzer. Ducell knocks down the corner 3. Don't be surprised to see Wyoming shoot 30-plus 3s. In one of the meetings against San Diego State earlier this year, they took 40 threes.
This guy's an X factor. Terrell Gomez has really come on since entering the starting lineups. Hits that jumper and a 5-3 Aztec lead.
Gomez only 5'8". He doesn't let his size affect his ability to impact the game on either end of the floor. Good defender with his quickness, and he can also finish on the interior.
Speaking of finishing, Marcus Williams, who had 15 points, 10 assists, and 7 steals last night, with a sweet left hand, ties the game at 5. Pulliam again. Shackle with the rebound. They're daring Pulliam to shoot, and he buries another one inside the stripe.
You're exactly right. They are daring Pulliam to shoot. They want somebody besides Williams and Maldonado to beat them. Excuse me, Mitchell and Shackle to beat them. The scouting report is go under on pick and rolls and let Pulliam beat us.
Maldonado weaving. That's a goaltend. I mean, it was impressive. Nathan Mensah got up, but that ball was headed down.
Yeah, that's one of those ones, as an experienced player in Mensah, you've got to just let that one go. You don't want to give them an easy 2 points. Let Maldonado make that play, make that finish.
This is a good start for Wyoming, and I know we're only 3 minutes in, but San Diego State really smacked them in the nose, and it was never close in their first 2 meetings. And Shackle on the baseline.
That's where I think he's really improved his game from his first 3 years. He's always been a tremendous shooter, but the ability to read a hard closeout Ball in the deck 1 or 2 times, pull-up jumper. That's a big-time shot for Jordan Shackle.
EK in the blocks, motors in. This guy had major knee surgery last year. He wasn't cleared to practice until January.
He has been a nice midseason addition for sure. 32 points in that opening round win over San Jose State. 12 of 14 from the field. He really gives them an added boost and an interior presence.
Well, they doubled Mitchell. They left Pulliam, and Wyoming extracts the basketball.
Well, I like the activity on the defensive end of the floor early for Wyoming. Yes, they're daring guys like Pulliam to shoot. You can't let Mitchell and Shackle have a monster night.
EK's begging for it against Mensah. Bodies against him, rolls, and Mensah got a piece of that shot. And this is where San Diego State makes their living. Transition buckets, especially with Mitchell and Shackle trailing. Pulliam drives, rises, scores! No, offensive foul, take away the buckets. Position and terrific defense by Wyoming. The 1 seed San Diego State, Cinderella wearing brown, and guess what? Cowboys dead even with the Aztecs. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.
Oh, this is a mouth-watering Marco's Pizza. And this is a new build-your-own-pizza bowl with no crust and up to 4 toppings for $7.99. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
5 Hour Energy helps you get stuff done. And now, when you purchase 5 Hour Energy, you can instantly win cash prizes. For complete rules and how to enter, visit 5hewin.com. 5 Hour Energy, the official sponsor of Getting Stuff Done.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right, the only one from America's most reliable network. We designed our 5G to make the things you do every day better. With 5G nationwide, millions of people can now work, listen, and stream in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities where people can use massive capacity, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is the 5G that's built for you. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
10 seconds left. John, more ways to inbound.
Yo, you checked FanDuel lately?
Sammy Wynn behind home plate. 1 out to go.
More ways and Wynn looking to make something here. Pull up jumper.
More ways throws.
Wynn shoots. It's up.
There's just
more ways to win. More ways to win. More ways to win. More ways to win.
That's what I'm telling you. There are more ways to win with FanDuel.
Victory requires a winning lineup. So when you need to get a job done, turn to Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness. Whether you need a big man, a little assist, freedom to pivot, protection when reaching new heights, or confidence going to the glass, Werner offers unique solutions that are solid and dependable. With Werner, nothing is out of reach. Step up your game with Werner.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Kubota. Together we do more. By Army National Guard. The next greatest generation is now. And by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
Great faces from this incredible run, started by Steve Fisher, continued by Brian Dutcher, and a 9-9 Wyoming San Diego State score. Now, Dan Dickow, I'm going to make you the Judge Judy of the selection committee. This is a pretty easy choice here, right, with San Diego State?
Without a doubt, I feel they're in the tournament. That net ranking of 21 is absolutely locking them in. The only question concern is record 1 versus quad 1, 0-3. But this year, I think, as opposed to other years, that isn't going to be as big a factor because a lot of teams weren't able to play the non-conference that maybe they were hoping for.
They had a monster non-conference last year. Remember, they beat Iowa, dominated Creighton, hammered Utah, won at BYU, and they just didn't have those opportunities, though they did beat UCLA and won on the road at Arizona State. All right, Wyoming possession. Off the bench, Drake Jeffries. Ball was tipped, no violation, but the shot clock is already down to 7. Williams kicked, Maldonado missed it. Ike kept it alive, and Mitchell saves.
Three-quarter court pressure from the Aztecs really changed that possession for Wyoming. Kind of caught them off guard.
William feeds the post. Mitchell can score down there as well, and that's the difference. How do you guard that if you are a guard trying to stop him?
100%. That's what makes Matt Mitchell such a tough cover at the college level. Yes, he's got perimeter skills, but with his big frame and his wide shoulders, he can put you down on that low block and really create a lot of problems. Wyoming tried to double just late on it.
Maldonado gets a screen, runs into Mitchell, and Mitchell gets the foul. His first. He's so much quicker than he was as a freshman and sophomore. He transformed his body from sophomore to junior.
Maldonado doing a nice job of getting his shoulder down, attacking the body of Mitchell. But as you were mentioning, yeah, Matt Mitchell has completely transformed his body athletically. Lost some weight. With that, he didn't lose any strength, but he gained quickness. And he's also stayed healthy for the most part. Yes, he missed a couple games earlier this year with a minor knee injury, but you talk about improving and being an impact player for 4 years. He is a great example of that.
He said his inspirations for changing his body, Carmelo Anthony and Cam Newton. And after looking in the mirror after his sophomore year, he didn't like what he saw. He went after a NBA-style workout and has stayed with it.
You love that when somebody who, as he was the first 2 years in his program, was having success, didn't want to rest on it, wanted to challenge himself, wanted to maximize his opportunities, and he's done that.
Mitchell draws 2, kick back out, and Butler, who's into the game, drains the 3s. Not had a lot of success, just 6 of 23 from distance before that one.
Wyoming showing you what they want to do. Make someone else beat you. They're allowing Pulliam and Butler a little bit of space on the three-point line, whether it's from them going under screens or in that case with Butler knocking down a 3, doubling off those guys onto Mitchell on the low block.
That is deep. That is clean. Wow, Xavier Dussel. $14 apiece and a whistle from the official. The shot clock did not start cleanly.
So here see the double from Dussel come down. Butler does a nice job of getting into the vision of Mitchell. Mitchell the correct play. Butler knocks it down from deep, but you want to talk about deep. Deep is that 3 from Xavier Dussel. Having a nice freshman season out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
It feels like Wyoming will live with Butler and Pulliam and Seiko shooting open 3s and not letting Shackle and Mitchell beat them. And hard to the bucket. Lamont Butler's come off the bench, and he's got 5 points.
Sometimes as a guard, if they're recovering off of a double to a closeout, you can attack them off the bounce. Terrific job from Butler in that scenario there.
Maldonado is an explosive player. 6'7" with touch. Shackle, nice open court move. Shackle's bumped, stumbles, and a foul is called on Wyoming. Marcus Williams, the fabulous freshman from Dickinson, Texas, with the foul. And free throws for Shackle. And just like Mitchell, Shackle has undergone the same transformation. He has honed his body, an NBA workout, and it's paid off. Warner Ladder is the proud title sponsor of the Naismith Coach of the Year Award. Please join us. We announce the winner on April 2nd right here on CBS Sports Network. Shackle used Klay Thompson as his model, not only in terms of workouts, but also the type of player he wants to be.
That's a great example. Similar size, high release. If Shackle can take the inspiration of finding open areas and executing your role he will have a shot at that next level because he is such a good shooter.
Juan Marble handling against Shackle. Starts his drive. Late shot clock. There weren't many late shot clocks yesterday for Wyoming. Dussel gets to the rim.
Wow. Second bucket now from Wyoming with the shot clock winding down. They are doing everything they need to do to have a chance to knock off the 1 seed. Controlling the pace, making others outside of the top 2 duo of San Diego State beat you.
Butler drives, spins, got tied up. It's a held ball, no, a travel. And Wyoming with a stop.
Wyoming continues to be attached on the defensive end, which is important. You always want to be in sync on that end of the floor. You always hear it offensively, but defensively it's even more important. Every time the ball moves, whether it's a pass or dribble, each player must move. Wyoming doing a really good job with that early here today.
If you've just happened by, this is a fascinating game. Wyoming scored 111 points yesterday, and today they are walking it up the floor, and they've controlled the tempo, and thus they're within 2 of the 1 seed. Shot clock is down. Marble gathers himself, fires it up, and here come the Aztecs. Butler on a reach. Maldonado got it.
Run that shot clock down. You've got to be able to make plays as it strikes 0. Do so doing just that.
All Ivy, Player of the Year, first-round draft pick. No matter my achievement, I question if I deserve it. It's a battle with an invisible opponent. Imposter syndrome. But I found a way to conquer it. I watch film. Not of my mistakes, but of what I'm doing right. Each clip reminding me that there's no imposter here. Train what's under the armor.
Introducing the redesigned 2022 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, starting at $23,395.
Drive your ambition, Mitsubishi Motors.
Will there be an EV for me? What about me?
One for me? You mean us?
What about me?
And me?
How about us?
Yeah, how about us?
Great question.
Wait, can I get one in green?
Got one for me? Hey, what about me?
What about us?
Is there an EV for me?
EV for me? Us. What about me? Me? For me?
Oh.
First quarterfinal of the day in the Mountain West, and a 2-point lead for San Diego State. Teams in the Mountain West using the Shot Tracker app for real-time analytics. It delivers instant insights to help coaches and players. You can track the location of every player and the ball. Dan Dickow, what do you see?
Well, San Diego State does a nice job of getting open looks, and these are 3 ways they get them. The most important might be the corner threes from Shackle because it keeps the floor space. But another great way to get an open look at the 3-point line is establish the interior. Here you're going to see a cross screen, get the ball to Matt Mitchell on the low block. His defender, Lamont Butler's defender, Dussel, goes to double, opens up all this space, and now it's a long recovery to contest on an open 3 from Butler, who's got his hands and feet locked and loaded. Easy open look from 3, he knocks it down.
Both teams have hit a couple of triples. Butler on the floor. Gomez back in the game. Keyshawn Johnson in there, big screen from Josh Tomajic and Gomez. If he heats up, that's not a guy you want to leave to double either Shackle or Mitchell.
He's got a tremendous amount of quickness. He's been playing with a lot of confidence as of late. In the two matchups against Wyoming this year, scoreless in the first, 14 in the second.
Maldonado driving. Dussel. Gomez has really improved his defense. Thompson is a three-point shooter. Foster with the clock down, falling away, missed the shot. Tomajic, the Maryland transfer, missed the shot. Foster has the rebound.
That's the shot Wyoming wants to give up to San Diego State. Tomajic only averages about 5 points a game, but anytime you can get a possession ending without a Shackle or Mitchell opportunity, you're going to take it.
Marble to Maldonado. If ever there's a team with an appetite to guard the entire shot clock, it's San Diego State. It's in their DNA. And here we are again with the clock down. Maldonado stripped to the ball, and Gomez away with it. Butler gets a screen. Kicks. Johnson airballs
one of the rare times I think you're going to see for San Diego State, both Shackle and Mitchell not on the floor. Usually one of them is always on the floor.
Again, late shot clock. Marble, that's a difficult shot, and Marble goes down hard on the baseline. Numbers for the Aztecs. Gomez hunting a three. Kick to the corner, three on the way. That was Butler who missed it.
And again, Wyoming walking that ball up the floor. They have been playing deep into the shot clock. You made the comment, San Diego State loves to guard throughout the shot clock. That's a rarity because that makes them one of the best defensive teams in the country. We get a chance to take a closer look at these numbers. Look at that, fourth in the NCAA with only allowing 60 points a game. They also climb up into you, make it tough, force 15 turnovers a game, and when the game is really played at a slow pace, they are at their best. Twice this year, teams haven't even scored 50.
And that's what Jeff Linder saw in the film of those two blowout wins by San Diego State. Williams driving, kicks, EK, bumped and stripped. Williams got it back. Got to get a shot up though. Dussel, he saves another possession with a buzzer beater.
The third at the end of the shot clock. Kind of a broken possession for Wyoming.
Just like they drew it up.
Exactly.
Kick it around, throw it all over the place, and then get a three. Short on the three is Trey Pulliam. And here's Wyoming, the 8th seed. Nose to nose with the 1 seed and the regular season champ, San Diego State. That is a 10-second violation. You can walk it up, but you got to be a little quicker than that.
Yeah, they've kind of flirted with that 10-second count a number of times. Williams looks up with a little bit of confusion, but it is what it is.
I had to do a double take when Jeff Linder today told us we are going to slow the tempo down. We're going to work the shot clock. It was like, well, what happened last night? You scored 111 last night, but he said we can't do that against San Diego State. They killed us on transition buckets when we missed shots, and we just can't go through that again.
And that's a hard turnaround for a young team. 5 freshmen, 3 sophomores with Wyoming. You play one style one night. The next day you're being told by your coach, we're going to play it slow, we're going to grind it out. But so far they've done a really good job with it.
Dussel. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, you got to find the hot hand right now, and Dussel is the hot hand. A nice set there from Wyoming to free him up. You're guarding Dussel, you have got to run him off that three-point line right now because he is a perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc.
Shackle a three, that's nice. He's, the other thing, Dan, he was kind of a find the space shooter as a freshman. Now he can shoot on the run, catch and shoot, move off a screen.
Yeah, tremendous job from Shackle using that screen, giving no space for Foster to get through, and then the great footwork, so there's no second guessing. It's just simply catch and up.
Ducell.
That's a heat check.
Yeah.
You got to give him a little bit of freedom, though, after the way he got started.
Pulliam has hit some shots. He's been left open. Mensah, line drive jumper. And it's a 3-point San Diego State lead, 6.5 left. Marcus Williams, freshman of the year in the Mountain West. And lots of responsibility as a point guard and a true freshman. Picks his way through the defense, gets it up, Maldonado rebound. Clock did not reset. Foster's three is good, and it ties the game at 25.
Loose ball opportunities, scrambles are going to Wyoming right now. That's 2 made threes in the last couple minutes on broken plays that they ended up getting second chances with an offensive rebound or a loose ball.
Pulliam left open again, and he hits. And Pulliam right now has 9 points and has essentially been unguarded.
They are daring Pulliam to beat them, not known as a scorer. 18 twice this season, including once against Boise State, but he is more of a setup type guy, plays great defense.
Williams around a screen. That's a creative pass to Ike, and he hits the bucket. You get a sense that the energy on the Wyoming bench right now is pretty palpable. Lob pass, not over Maldonado. He'll go up and get that. This is a team that played yesterday, scored 111 points. San Diego State, this is their first game of the tournament. And Wyoming looks really fresh.
Surprisingly fresh, considering they COVID tested this morning. I believe it was 5:45 in the morning, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not. This is Foster in the lane. Ike. Man, that guy is strong, and he's going to get 2 free throws. Well, it's been a fun start here.
It has been back and forth. Ducell with the nice little finish in transition, followed up by San Diego State.
You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.
This is wealth. This is worth. That takes wealth. But this is worth. And that's actually worth more than you think. Don't open that. Wealth is important, and we can help you build it. But it's what you do with it that makes life worth living. Principal, for all it's worth.
Victory requires a winning lineup. So when you need to get a job done, turn to Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness. Whether you need a big man, a little assist, freedom to pivot, protection when reaching new heights, or confidence going to the glass, Werner offers unique solutions that are solid and dependable. With Werner, nothing is out of reach. Step up your game with Werner.
We are talking college hoops. Let's check in with Chris Hassel to get a little flavor of the action we can expect tonight. Chris?
Barbecue wavy and ranch. The Southern barbecue stack.
Adam, what is he doing? Chris.
Major basketball game tonight as we inch closer to March.
We are open at last. Hail Rona survivors. Ooh, making food and food. I got this waiting. It's gonna be the best party ever.
We need to maintain a negative curb appeal. All we've got to do is make the yards dangerous again.
No more secrets. It's about what we want the marriage to be.
Okay. No, sir. Not in Mama's house.
Debbie does everything.
Prepare to get some creepy repair requests.
Bracket Week presented by Kubota, 27 apiece. The 8th seed Wyoming against San Diego State, the 1 seed. How about Xavier Dussel?
I don't know how much more you can say. It's been an unbelievable start for the freshman. Made his first 5 shots from the field, including 4 of 4 from 3. He did it in opportunistic fashion when shot clock's winding down. He did a nice job when they ran options for him. A really nice start for that young man.
And nothing inside that 3-point stripe.
That's my kind of player.
That is. You lived out there, first at Washington, then at Gonzaga, and then in the NBA. And something you said, Dan, that I think needs to be reinforced here, and I know that throughout the country, everybody has hardships. And for these college athletes, it's been a trying season. This game tipped off at noon Pacific time here in Las Vegas. To play in this game, Wyoming, who played yesterday and scored 111 points, had to test in this facility at 5:45 in the morning, which means they had to get out of their hotel probably by 5:15, get on the bus, get here, test. And after that, they actually came down and shot around and walked through, and then went back to the hotel, and they let everybody get another hour or 2 sleep. San Diego State had the same routine. They tested at 6 a.m. Of course, they didn't play yesterday, but still, you guys are creatures of habit. That's really a disruptive routine.
Yeah, you've got to tip your hat to student athletes this year, because there's a foul and a loose ball. We'll figure out who it's on, but you got to tip your hat to student athletes this year of playing, kind of being in a self-isolation compared to years past, and going through the constant testing, and then the stress and the wondering, did I pass? Did my teammate pass? Are we going to have a game tonight? It's been a trying season, and I'm so grateful for this season to go off as well as it has.
And not unnoticed is that Matt Mitchell's on the bench now with 2 fouls, 4:15 left in a surprising first half. 8 seed Wyoming and a regular season champ, the 1 seed San Diego State. This is a young Wyoming team. A lot of freshmen out there right now. Pulliam has the loose ball. And he's fouled by one of the freshmen, Marcus Williams. And a timeout. Look at this. The 8th seed, toe-to-toe with San Diego State. Cowboys and Aztecs in the quarterfinals.
For a game so intense and the athletes on fire, it's no wonder they play on ice. College hockey, Monday on CBS Sports Network.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right. The only one from America's most reliable network. We designed our 5G to make the things you do every day better. With 5G nationwide, millions of people can now work, listen, and stream in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities where people can use massive capacity, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is the 5G that's built for you. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
10 seconds left. John, more ways to inbound.
Yo, you checked FanDuel lately?
Sammy Wynn behind home plate. 1 out to go. More ways and Wynn looking to make something here. Pull up jumper. More ways throws. Wynn shoots. It's out.
There's just
more ways to win. More ways to win. More ways to win. More ways to win.
That's what I'm telling you. There are more ways to win with FanDuel.
Oh, this is a mouth-watering Marco's Pizza. And this is a new build-your-own-pizza bowl with no crust and up to 4 toppings for $7.99. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
In a world where most things seem real, sometimes they're not.
Don Cheadle.
New Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer is real, and it tastes that way.
There's a couple of things I want you to pay attention to.
With breakdowns, big names, and tips to better your game.
This is fantastic.
Here we go. Course Record with Michael Breed gets back into the swing of things. Monday on CBS Sports Network.
Here we go. Big fella jamming in there. Oh my goodness! Can you believe this?
Anything can happen in March.
And March is happening right now. The selection show on CBS this weekend. First four gets going on March 18th from Indianapolis, then into the regionals. Of course, the Final Four of the National Championship on CBS this year. The Mountain West bracket. Now, we've been talking about the three bubble teams. We're going to see Boise State, the 4 seed against Nevada after this one, and then later on tonight, Andrew Catalon, Steve Lapis are by for Utah State, UNLV, Colorado State, and Fresno State. I mean, we've been looking at the bubble teams, and all of a sudden, Dan Dickow, here we are with the 1 seed San Diego State down 2 to the 8 seed Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming has come out ready to play. They've taken the momentum that they gained last night and running with it. But I think that when you look at this conference tournament, you got the 3 bubble teams, Utah State, Colorado State, and Boise State, that have obvious resume positives. It'll be interesting to see how those 3 teams finish this week.
Mensah blocked and fouled at the same time. And Nathan Mensah is going to go to the line. If you're just happening by here, the Aztecs have won 11 straight. They're number 19 in the country. They're number 21 in the net. They have dynamic stars, Matt Mitchell and Jordan Shackle. Mitchell is on the bench with 2 fouls. And Wyoming has done a nice job keeping the ball out of Shackle's hands.
You mentioned the 11 straight wins. They've been dominant defensively, allowing only 59 points a game in that stretch, and been great on the glass, nearly 10 rebound differential in their favor. And those are 2 ingredients that are a recipe for success.
And again, Wyoming is controlling the clock and the tempo. Maldonado spins, missed it. Mensah, a vicious rebounder. Williams been wide open, and he just keeps shooting. They don't care if he hits 20 or 25. He's got 11 already, and he's 5 of 7. They just don't want Mitchell and Shackle to beat him.
We've seen the scouting reports. We're going to make the others beat us, and right now, Pulliam doing a tremendous job with 11, keeping San Diego State in the lead.
Maldonado against Adam Seiko. Gets into the lane, got him up. There's a bump and a free throw. And Brian Dutcher, hands on head.
Well, because Wyoming is such a good three-point shooter and they focus on it, you get a post-up situation like this, you don't want to leave your shooter to go double, even though Maldonado gets to the sweet spot in the middle of the paint. Gets a little bump to Seiko, gets him up off the ground, creates the opportunity foul from the official at the line for 2.
Seiko with his 2nd foul. Coming up, AT&T 5G at the half. Brent Stover and company get you up to date on a busy day in college basketball. It's coming up on AT&T 5G at the half. Pete Gillen, your buddy Ryan Gomes is there, and John Rothstein, who is, I mean, it's March, so John Rothstein doesn't sleep.
I don't think he sleeps November through March as it is. You want an insight, he's one of the guys that can get it for you.
30 apiece. Under 3 minutes left, first half. Gomez rises.
That's what Wyoming will love, though. A quick opportunity pull-up from Gomez. I think only 6 or 7 seconds went off the shot clock. Now they get the ball, they walk it up, they go play deep into the shot clock.
Again, shot clock down. Maldonado stumbles. Nice save. This is Jeffries. 3 to shoot. He does, and it was on line, but just short.
Yeah, from our vantage point, I thought it was going in.
Now Pulliam again. Johnson, corner 3. And again, that's exactly what Wyoming wants.
Back-to-back shots that aren't by design for San Diego State. Mitchell struggled with a couple fouls on the bench, but got to find a way to get Shackle a little bit more involved in the offense.
Keyshawn Johnson just bulldozed Drake Jeffries.
Bulldozed is right. I mean, a screen comes, you're taught to fight through it, but it's a term fight through it. More likely you're supposed to fight around or over the top, not run through the chest of the screener.
Each coach tells you before the game, hey, against this guy, we're going over the screens, we're going under the screens, not through the screens.
Yes.
And Jeffries gets free throws. And it's 1-1. To illustrate this different tempo, and again, Jeff Linder watched the tape of the first 2 blowout wins by San Diego State, said we can't do this anymore. Wyoming from distance is 5 of 9 in this half, and that's really, really good. They took 70 threes combined in those first 2 games. 70. They made 20 of them.
Coach Linder does a really nice job with his team of giving them freedom to play. As a player, you want that freedom, but you also have to be responsible with it and taking good shots.
Well, right now, the 8th seed, Jeff Linder, and the Cowboys up.
The thing about freedom is, freedom has no limits. There's no such thing as too many adventures or too many unforgettable moments. There will never be too many stories to write or too many memories to make. But when it comes to a vehicle that will be there for it all, there's only one. Jeep.
Tomorrow, starting at 12 Eastern, CBS Sports Network brings you the 2021 Air Force Reserve Conference USA semifinals from Frisco, Texas. One step closer to an NCAA tournament bid. Louisiana Tech and Western Kentucky, top seeds in Conference USA. Last 12 games, remember they've won 11 straight. The Aztecs have been dominant, and they've not been behind for like, almost a month and a half of games at halftime. It's been a terrific half here, especially for Wyoming. Shackle on the floor. Good shot fake, but he missed the jumper. And EK has established himself inside. His 4th rebound to go with 6 points. And that's a turnover.
San Diego State turning up the pressure. He came out trying to trap at half court. Sped up Marble, leading to the turnover. There's a couple different ways San Diego State can force turnovers. They're great on the ball, but they're also really good at trapping and changing up their defenses as well.
Screen comes, Gomez, quick trigger. Williams had a big half, missed the shot, and Tomajic knocked it out of bounds.
I mean, you've mentioned it a couple times. They are literally sitting in the lap of the post player. Pulliam catches it at that 3-point line. The defender is 7-8 feet off, daring him to shoot.
And the Cowboys, who average 75 a game, have been deliberate, hit some big shots. Xavier Ducell has gone for 14, hitting 4 threes. This is a game Dean Smith would have liked, right? Not quite the 4 corners. Ducell again misses the 3. 25 to play in this first half. And a timeout by Brian Dutcher will step aside as well. This is a surprise happening right now in the Mountain West. It's a real interesting situation for Brian Dutcher. Wyoming is taking away Shackle. Mitchell's on the bench with a couple fouls. Dan Dickau, as he's drawing up plays, are you taking what Wyoming is giving you, or are you trying to impose your offensive will on them?
I think what you do is you continue to run the stuff that you have throughout the season that has been successful, getting Mitchell, who's not in the game right now, but more importantly, Shackle, who is in, good looks. You don't want to take away any confidence from a guy like Pulliam, who they're playing off, because he's really played well tonight so far. 11 points. Make them shoot with confidence, but here at the end of the half, it'd be interesting if they go soon, because Wyoming's got a foul to give.
Gomez against Marble, gets into the lane, got up, got fouled, and scores. That's not the way you wanted to give that foul.
That's exactly right. You had a chance up top when the pick and roll started to occur where you could have fouled, but then the quickness of Gomez is so difficult to contain. He gets to the paint, he draws the foul, he has the nice finish, chance of three-point play, which might put San Diego State up going into the half, depending on if Wyoming can convert on the last possession.
4 seconds left. Gomez, a great free throw shooter in the 80s. Averaged 20 a game last year at Cal State Northridge. Dussel, well, he's got that kind of range, rises and darn near hit it. But the 1 seed San Diego State on top, only a point. And their eyes opened by this 8 seed Wyoming, who had to play yesterday, put 111 on the board and absolutely controlled this first half. Coming up after the break, we'll send you back to our New York studio. Brent Stover and the gang standing by for AT&T 5G at the half. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.
With unrivaled landscapes that provide a quality of life unlike any in the country, you'll find us immersed at the peak of nature's splendor through a gateway of opportunity which leads to academic and personal growth that is beyond compare. Our students learn at the peak of achievement. And as our more than 5,000 student athletes take the field of play with unequaled passion, you'll find us performing at the peak of competition. The Mountain West is at the peak.
When did we stop thinking up new questions and daring to chase down their answers? The world needs more wonder, more outside thinkers hungry for a challenge. The world needs more cowboys. And it's not what you are that makes you a cowboy or cowgirl, but who you are. It's a shared spirit, the kind that emboldens those who possess it to stand on the perimeter and howl into the unknown with unbendable optimism. The world needs more cowboys.
We don't just protect things, we help protect the life you've built around them. Travelers, it's better under the umbrella.
You've got big plans for your small business. And Constant Contact has everything you need to connect with customers, find new ones, and sell more of your awesome stuff online. With email marketing, online stores, and more to help you do more business anytime, anywhere. So you can keep powering on without slowing down. Up top, power on with Constant Contact. Try it free today.
At Novartis, our goal is to help keep Cosentyx accessible and affordable. If you're taking Cosentyx and your insurance or coverage changes, or you need help paying, Cosentyx Connect is here to help. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms if your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions may occur. Call us or visit us online. We're here for you.
Yes, Sports presents AT&T at the half. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
Welcome in. It's AT&T at the half. Quarterfinal day in the Mountain West alongside Pete Gill and Ryan Gomes, our college basketball insider.
Yep.
Locked and loaded, John Rothstein. I'm Brent Stover. Hey, Wyoming not going away here against the top seed. Down one at the break. What are you seeing after 20 minutes?
I see that San Diego State finally woke up in the last minute. They played a little bit better defense the last 2 minutes of the game, and they got the lead. So I think they'll be a little bit more comfortable, especially after Wyoming shot the ball so well. But offensively, Trey Pullum and Jordan Shackles holding weight for their team right now, which got them the lead. But I think more on the defensive side is where we need to see San Diego State lock up a little bit more. The Wyoming team scored 3 baskets under 5 seconds on the shot clock, so their defense has been pretty good for most of the shot clock, but the last 5 seconds, they got to get a little better, and the lead will be much more increased.
Trey Pulliam leading the way for the Aztecs with 11. 14 for Xavier Dussel. Wyoming down by 1. Let's catch you up on some highlights in the ACC. Syracuse entered the day as Jerry's last team in the field. They had a huge opportunity this afternoon against a ranked Virginia team, the top seed of the ACC tournament. And this one, down the wire, Buddy Boeheim, a career-high 31, tied at 59. Kihei Clark finds Sam Hauser, Cavaliers by 6. Syracuse would answer. Marek Dolezaj, the steal to Richmond. Quincy Guerrier, Cuse down 67-65, but they would tie the game on free throws. Virginia looking to win the game.
Right now, they passed to Reese Beekman from way downtown. Only shot of the game. Cavaliers win. Great win for the Cavaliers. Only hoop of the game.
Reese Beekman, the hero, they get the win. Second half, John, Georgia Tech clinging to a 2-point edge on the Hurricanes.
And Jose Alvarado left this game with an apparent knee injury. He is back. That is a great sign for Josh Pastner and the Yellow Jackets.
Nasir Brooks has been awesome, 19-6. Georgetown and the top seed Villanova earlier. Jeremiah Robinson Earl, the 3. Wildcats a late lead, 70-65, John.
Yeah, but Georgetown would storm back. Qudus Wahab with the dunk and the finish. Hoyas with a 1-point lead, and they would stay that way. Georgetown pulls the upsets. Cats have not won since Colin Gillespie was out with a season-ending injury.
72-71 in dramatic fashion. This one at the breakdown of the Garden, John. St. John's in a virtual bubble elimination game, down 1 against Seton Hall.
The loser is out.
That's very simple and succinctly put.
You win, you stay alive. Real simple.
Pete Nova does not look the same without Colin Gillespie on the court.
Great player. 14 points a game, 4 assists. He's their adrenaline. He's their leader. Without him, it's difficult. Lost to the Friars recently, and tonight they had a great chance. Wahab, though. How about Wahab for Georgetown? Get the ball to the big dog. Let him touch the ball. He was great. And how about the freshman? Dante Harris, right? 15 points. So a great win for the Hoyas. They've been playing very, very well lately. Louis Orr was my former assistant. So I'm neutral, John. I'm like Switzerland, but I'm happy for Louis.
Well, and, going with Villanova and Georgetown, 2 teams in the Big East, let's go to a team that used to be in the Big East, Syracuse. Syracuse misses a golden opportunity to punch a ticket today against Virginia. The Orange right at the cut line, but Syracuse and Syracuse fans will be rooting against every single bid stealer on the board from now until Selection Sunday, because if a team that's projected right now not to be in the NCAA tournament wins their conference tournament, the Cuse could be on the wrong side of the bubble.
All right, in the Mountain West, first of 4 quarterfinals here on CBS Sports Network. Xavier Dussel playing really well for the Cowboys.
And Wyoming looking to shake up the bracket in Las Vegas. 3-point shot goes. Cowboys down 1. Giddy up.
Wealth is your first big investment. Worth is a partner to help share the load. Wealth is saving a little extra. Worth is knowing it's never too late to start, or too early. Wealth helps you retire. Worth is knowing why. Principal, for all it's worth.
Victory requires a winning lineup. So when you need to get a job done, turn to Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness. Whether you need a big man, a little assist, freedom to pivot, protection when reaching new heights, or confidence going to the glass, Werner offers unique solutions that are solid and dependable. With Werner, nothing is out of reach. Step up your game with Werner.
The chicken or the egg? The question isn't which came first. It's which comes with peanut butter. Duh.
5 Hour Energy helps you get stuff done. And now, when you purchase 5 Hour Energy, you can instantly win cash prizes. For complete rules and how to enter, visit 5hewin.com. 5 Hour Energy, the official sponsor of getting stuff done.
We will speak up.
We will have the uncomfortable conversations.
We will demand change.
We will not let history repeat itself.
We will be leaders.
We will stand united.
We will do everything we can to educate those around us.
We will fight for equality.
We will defy the societal norms until we achieve equality for all.
We will. We will.
We will.
We will.
Quarterfinals in the Pac-12, second half, the top seed Oregon leading by 13 on the Sun Devils.
Oregon 10-2 since Will Richardson came back to the lineup. Look at that line, 13-6-3, Brent. The Ducks have second weekend potential.
Big 12 quarters in Kansas City. Kansas State, the 9 seed, trying to shock the top seed Baylor.
Yeah, and Kansas State, your alma mater, hanging tough. Look at the float and the finish inside. And then Davion Bradford going to make that label. It was 21-20 in favor of Baylor. Back and forth they go. Jared Butler to Maceo Teague at 35 last Sunday against Texas Tech. Bears by 5.
53-48 in the second half. 5 seed Oklahoma State and the 4 seed West Virginia, final minutes.
Ball's on the wing. Kyle Sherman knocks down a 3. Mountaineers lead 69-68. All right, but here comes Oak State. Avery Anderson with the layup. Cowboys lead 70-69. Sean McNeil from downtown gets the shot off. Cowboys get the win 72-69. Rolling.
So he hit the shot, but it was right after the clock. And Oklahoma State, more on them in a moment. All right, second round of the Big Ten, Ryan. It was Minnesota and Ohio State.
Yeah, Dwayne Washington Jr. with the pass to E.J. Liddell, who knocks down the 3, puts the Buckeyes up 7. Then early in the second half, Liddell gets it on the outside and nails a jumper again. They go up by 12. Ohio State, Justin Sewing lays it in off the glass from Kyle Young. 55-49 late in the second half right now, Ohio State.
All right, earlier today in the Big Ten, Maryland, an 11-point victory on Michigan State.
Terps beat the Spartans for the second time in 2 weeks. When Aaron Wiggins goes, so does Maryland.
All right, let's circle back quickly to Oklahoma State. Is this a team, Ryan, that can play deep into March in your mind?
I think so. If you look at this game tonight going against West Virginia, the way that the game was played at the end of the game, and, of course, the way Cade Cunningham is playing this year, he's been phenomenal all season. He's a versatile matchup. He can play the guard. He can play the forward. He can play a lot of different positions. So I think they'll give teams a run for the money, especially after that game tonight against a tough team, and they're probably going to play Baylor next. I know you don't want to hear that, but they're probably going to play Baylor.
Well, we'll find out. 5-point game in the second half. All right, circling back as we approach the second half of our first of 4 quarterfinals here. This is 33-32 here. Wyoming hanging around, down 1 against the top seed Aztecs.
Definitely. I love Jeff Linder, the new coach. He's done an unbelievable job. Last year, John, as you know, Wyoming was the worst scoring team in the Mountain West, right? 63 points a game. This year, they're the best, 77 a game. See, I'm doing some studying while you guys are sleeping. All right, but he's doing a terrific job. He's putting them to sleep right now. He's anesthetizing, all right, the San Diego State team. I don't know what that means, but I know you went to K-State, so you know that. All right, they're putting them to sleep, shorten the game. I don't think they're going to win, but doing a great job trying to pull an upset.
And I think we also need to look at San Diego State is in a position now where you're playing for seeding in the NCAA tournament. Very quietly, the Aztecs have remained elite this year after last year not having an opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament.
33-32, second half from Vegas comes your way next.
Thank you for watching AT&T at the Half.
Introducing Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. It's made with real fruit juice and is USDA certified organic. It's a cut above. New Mango Apricot Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. As real as it tastes.
money is power. So Boost Mobile finds ways to help you keep more of it. Get unlimited data for just $30 per line per month and a free phone when you switch. All on America's largest 5G network for less. How's that for power? Feel the power of keeping more money in your pocket. With 3 lines for $30 a month each. More power to save. Boost Mobile.
There are a lot of important titles out there. Soldier, diver, pilot, veteran, homeowner, chauffeur, business owner, dad, and mom. But the title that's most important to us? Member. That's why we offer lower fees, better rates, and discounts. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Since Dyson invented this cordless vacuum format, they've improved it relentlessly. Today, this hyperdymium motor delivers twice the suction of any cordless vacuum. Black carbon fiber filaments collect fine dust. And dynamic load sensing intelligently senses different floor types, automatically adapting suction power to optimize cleaning and runtime everywhere. Only a Dyson works like a Dyson. Larger format also available.
In the Mountain West, first game of the day, and look at this. The 1 seed San Diego State up by only a point, 33-32. Rich Waltz along with Dan Dickow. The storyline here, Wyoming had to play yesterday, and they hung 111 points on San Jose State. And then Jeff Linder, their coach, told us today, you know what, we're going to slow this down, control the clock, control the tempo. And boy, did they ever.
Yeah, such a difference from last night where you mentioned 111 points. The game was up and down. This game at half, 33-32, and you got to give Linder a lot of credit to have the guts to slow it down and his players to execute it, and no one has executed as well as Xavier Ducell in that first half. Attacking with dribble drive actions and then being opportunistic from deep. On the flip side from San Diego State, they have recognized the game plan for Wyoming and making others than their leading 2 scorers beat you. Trey Pulliam had a nice first half with 11 points to kind of offset the struggles of Matt Mitchell.
First half stats, 5 of 10. Now that's significant because in the first 2 games that Wyoming played San Diego State, they took 73-point shots. So they've been a little more measured there as well. And Pulliam with 11, Ducell 14. They are the leading scorers. And at the bottom of the line, you see Matt Mitchell, 2 points, but 2 fouls. And it will be interesting to see the impact he has when he's back on the floor. And here we go. Second half. The Cowboys have the first possession.
I would expect San Diego State to change things up defensively to try to get Wyoming to speed things up. Maybe trap, maybe three-quarter pressure, which they did on a couple occasions, but got to find a way to get Wyoming out of their comfort zone and play a little faster than they did in the first half.
And remember, Wyoming is really young. Marcus Williams, Xavier Ducell, and Graham Ike are all freshmen. That's Ike, and Mensah bodied him, and that's a foul a long way from the basket. Second personal on Mensah.
I like the idea of getting up playing physical, but you also have to be smart. You can't foul a non-shooter 15 feet away from the basket like Mensah did on Ike there.
Ike was thinking jump shot the whole time. He misses the 10-footer. Gomez pick and roll. Mensah stripped by Ducell. Aztecs get it back.
Tremendous pocket pass from Gomez for San Diego State, but even better defense by Ducell. Help side was early, and then gets a hand on it.
Shackle doubled. And that's a 5-second to held ball. Possession arrow goes to San Diego State, but Shackle clearly frustrated. How do you stir up tempo if you're San Diego State?
Well, a lot of what they do to get in transition is create turnovers. Wyoming did a nice job in that first half, only turning it over 5 times. So San Diego State wasn't able to get easy buckets, but that right there is an easy opportunity for Shackle Inbounder, many times the most dangerous player on the floor. A throw and go back and get it, corner three.
Jeff Linder said Maldonado is kind of a throwback point forward. He's handled the ball a lot. Ike jumps out, finds a corner three, open there. And Williams hits it. There's an answer by Wyoming.
You want to speed the game up defensively and trap, but you can't gamble and get out of position, which San Diego State did there, giving Williams the open three.
Pulliam gets another open jumper and hits it. And Wyoming is going to live with that.
We've seen that in the first half. That's their game plan. Make Pulliam beat you.
He's got 13 in the game. San Diego State, ever since Steve Fisher arrived, and continuing with Brian Dutcher, have always been elite defensively. That would be an offensive foul.
That would be an offensive foul, and that would be a tremendous job from Mensah. First with a little swipe to get Ike uncomfortable, and then take it in the chest.
Yeah, well,
maybe sold it a little bit on second glance, but at the same time, he slid his feet, he took it in the chest.
They don't usually call flops on big guys, right? It's usually the littler guys that get the flop warnings. Pulliam rises, missed the shot, and that's going to be a Wyoming basketball. "11 straight wins for San Diego State, streaking to yet another Mountain West Conference regular season title. It's their 8th. Open in the corner, and a three by Kenny Foster.
This is the start Wyoming wanted. A couple threes off of breakdowns defensively for San Diego State has them locked up at 38.
Mitchell begging for the ball, whips it. Pulliam takes the three, no, and Maldonado has the rebound. A wise coach or two has always said the best way to control another team's tempo is to make shots. And Wyoming is doing that, right?
Yes, absolutely. A game of basketball actually comes down to a very simple thing for me, and that's make more shots than your opponent.
Foster cuts to the bucket, missed the shot, Mensah cleans it up.
You can clean up a lot of defensive inefficiencies by scoring it. I like to think of myself as a great example of that.
Gomez. And Dussel has the rebound. And the other thing here, Wyoming has not been dominated on the boards. And San Diego State can do that to an opponent. Williams takes the screen, going on Mensah. Cut off. And that high degree of difficulty is a turnover. Mitchell driving, charging. Block, not a charge.
That looked like a charge to me. Well, I'm sure we'll get a second chance to look at it. My guess would be Maldonado was in the charge circle, but
that's a hard look as an official.
That's a hard bang bang call.
As an official, you're watching this in real time, full speed. And I don't know what the right call is, even though we've seen it twice.
Yeah, I mean, you could go either way, to be honest with you. That's one reason I would never want to be an official. There are some tremendous officials. We've got a couple of them working the game here today, but don't ever put my name in the official pool. I will withdraw immediately.
Paramount Plus is here. Live sports, breaking news, and a mountain of entertainment. Paramount Plus, try it free. Mitchell, one of the most versatile players in all of college basketball. Hits a couple free throws. And full court pressure has been handled by Marcus Williams and Hunter Maldonado of Wyoming. There's Williams down the lane, kicks. Foster, corner three. I think Gomez may have altered that shot. Mitchell, you can't leave him open. And he misses the three. He's a little rusty, though. He hasn't had many looks.
Only 12 minutes in that first half with those 2 fouls. But you see a stop from Wyoming, walk the ball across the half-court line, almost another 10-second count. They are continuing to run it deep into the shot clock.
Williams probes, got by. Oh, wow, the explosion.
What a play. Explodes once he makes his decision, and then a nice finish on the other side of the rim.
This game has been tied 13 times. Shackle, how quick is that release?
Well, it's such a quick release because he has great footwork. Any young players watching this game, yeah, Shackle has a quick release up top, but it's his footwork that allows him to get it off quickly because he doesn't have to fix it upon the catch.
Shackle starting to heat up, has a dozen. Ducell, who had 4 threes in the first half. EK, big man, and he's only a freshman out of Aurora, Colorado.
He's got a bright future, that's for sure. You mentioned the knee injury he suffered last year in high school. He's been a nice boost to Wyoming down the stretch of this season.
Gomez around the screen. There's some weapons there. Gomez, Shackle, Mitchell, and Pulliam is having quite a day. That one he created on his own. He's got 15.
You got to give him a lot of credit. A lot of times when the scouting report is to let you shoot, you kind of freeze up. He's done a nice job of attacking when there's gaps in space, as well as when a shot presents itself, stepping up and shooting it with confidence.
Maldonado spins away from pressure, driving, and Mensah has the rebound. Aztecs by 2. Shackle. Missed shot by San Diego State. Wyoming still content to walk it up the floor. Foster, he's just a sophomore. You got 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and Maldonado, the junior. And right now they are toe-to-toe with the #1 seed and the regular season champ, the 8 seed Wyoming. Upset in the making in the Mountain West. Can the Cowboys pull it off? You're watching Bracket Week, and it's presented by Kubota.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right. The only one from America's most reliable network. We designed our 5G to make the things you do every day better. With 5G nationwide, millions of people can now work, listen, and stream in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities where people can use massive capacity, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is the 5G that's built for you. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
10 seconds left. John, more ways to inbound.
Yo, you checked FanDuel lately?
Sammy Wynn behind home plate. 1 out to go. More ways and Wynn looking to make something here. Pull up jumper. More ways throws. Wynn shoots. It's out.
There's just
more ways to win. More ways to win. More ways to win. More ways to win.
That's what I'm telling you. There are more ways to win with FanDuel.
We are talking college hoops. Let's check in with Chris Hassel to get a little flavor of the action we can expect tonight. Chris?
Barbecue wavy and ranch. The Southern barbecue stack.
Adam, what is he doing? Chris?
Major basketball game tonight as we inch closer to March.
Oh, this is a mouth-watering Marco's pizza. And this is a new build-your-own pizza bowl with no crust and up to 4 toppings for $7.99. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
Busted? Original Gorilla Glue, of course. Works indoor, works outdoor. It's weatherproof, it's waterproof. It's versatile and incredibly strong for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
1 seed San Diego State on top, but only by 2 over 8 seed Wyoming. Time now for stacking up the stats, and it's brought to you by Pringles. What you got, Dan Dickow?
Well, Trey Pulliam is approaching a career high. It's 18. He's done it on 3 separate occasions. He's got 17 now, 15. But they are coming at an opportune time. Wyoming's game plan is make someone other than Mitchell and Shackle beat you. Pulliam has stepped up and made plays throughout the afternoon. You see the numbers. He has more than doubled his season average. San Diego State is going to win. He's going to need to continue to make the correct reads and plays, whether it's score for himself as he's done or get others involved.
Dan, it's one thing if you're Wyoming to completely change your style of play, which they've done. It's another thing to ask 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior to execute it against one of the elite defensive teams in the country in San Diego State. And Wyoming is doing that.
100%. It's impressive the patience that Wyoming has played with. Because when I heard with Coach Linder today they were going to slow it down, I kind of gave it a chuckle. It was like, I don't see that happening. You played last night, you had 111, but he's got his team bought into the message, and they're playing at the pace that they feel is going to give them the best chance to win.
And you know what? It's absolutely working. It's dead even, 44 apiece, 8 seed. Yeah, the Mountain West regular season champ San Diego State. And of course, San Diego State number 19 in the country, number 21 in the net.
And just watch Ducell guarding the ball, guarding Butler now. He hasn't even looked to pressure the ball. He has been guarding at that free throw line area that whole possession. Next time down, keep your eye on that.
Butler with a strong drive, but missed the shot. This is Quan Marble, a sophomore. Maldonado driving, and Seiko got a hand on the ball and then appeared to go down and is limping a bit. You got Mitchell coming off the bench.
Mitchell, Mountain West Conference Player of the Year. I expect him to start getting some opportunities. He is had way too good of a senior year and career to not have the ball in his hands a lot down the stretch.
Ducell's been quiet here in the second half. Maldonado crossed over, lost it. Marble driving, creating, and goes down hard. Here comes Butler. He's explosive. Wow, that is a block. Butler had a head of steam here.
Butler had all the momentum, runs right into Thompson. I mean, Thompson wasn't able to get in front, stay in front, draw that foul, but Butler delivered a hit.
Maldonado against Mitchell. Butler's open, and his 3 is good.
And it's going to be curious. I had just mentioned Ducell. He was nowhere near Butler that entire possession. Now that Butler hits a 3, will they adjust and Ducell play more straight traditional defense on the ball?
Butler had a 3 in the first, adds one here in the second. And the Aztecs back up by 3. 8 minutes in, second half. Maldonado, Mitchell so good defensively. That is a running, rolling hook.
Wow. Crafty. Spin move to the hook. Don't see that every day.
Butler, Johnson, and it drops.
There's 2 ways to attack a defender guarding so soft. Knock down 3s like Butler did on the previous possession, or like that one, get ahead of steam and attack the defender.
It's a great example of that last sequence. San Diego State trying to stir up tempo with a little greeting at half court, and Wyoming didn't bite. Marble, great move. I think he stepped out of bounds. He did.
Back and forth at the Thomas and Mack. Lamont Butler, you're not going to guard me? That's fine. I'm going to knock it down from 3. And then on the other end, the craftiness, Hunter Maldonado.
Victory requires a winning lineup. So when you need to get a job done, turn to Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness. Whether you need a big man, a little assist, freedom to pivot, protection when reaching new heights, or confidence going to the glass, Werner offers unique solutions that are solid and dependable. With Werner, nothing is out of reach. Step up your game with Werner.
Introducing Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. It's made with real fruit juice, is 6 times filtered, no added sugar, no artificial aftertaste, and is USDA certified organic. It's a cut above. New Mango Apricot Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. As real as it tastes.
This month, we're giving our all.
All month long, we're raising money for great local charities.
All you have to do is visit your local Jersey Mike's during March to learn more.
So join us on Wednesday, March 31st, our Day of Giving, when we give all of our sales to great local charities.
Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Reese's eggs are back, and we hit them somewhere you'll never find. Psych! We put them everywhere. Grocery stores and supermarkets, gas stations, and chiropractors' offices, bowling alleys and grocery stores, which we already mentioned. Not sorry, Reese's.
Bracket week presented by Kubota. 1 seed San Diego State in a tight one with the 8 seed Wyoming in the Mountain West. This is the first of 4 today on CBS Sports Network. The 4 seed Boise State, the 5 seed Nevada is probably the game of the day, but you've got 2 bubble teams in Utah State and Colorado State in action tonight as well. Oh, Jerry Palm, where do you have your last 4 in and last 4 out? You've got a couple of Mountain West teams squarely in this bubble equation. Boise State last 4 in, Utah State last 4 out, and Colorado State is probably right behind Utah State in those last few teams out.
Yeah, you're talking about some really good teams there. Boise State, unfortunately, has lost 3 in a row, so I feel today is a must-win. But, you know, Utah State's had a nice year as well.
Well, Matt Mitchell, remember, had 2 fouls in the first half, and they've done a nice job defensively. He looks like in this sequence, which was just moments ago, even the coaching staff says, hey, man, he's open.
Yeah, you got to not let the frustration of having a difficult night and then not getting the ball in opportunities that you feel maybe you have an advantage or an opportunity to affect you down the last 11 minutes or so stretch run of this game. He's put together too good of a season, too good of a career not to get him involved right now.
Butler's playing some nice minutes. He's a really good freshman out of Riverside Poly High School in Southern California. It's hard to be a freshman and get any run for the Aztecs. And traditionally, they've been so deep and so good. Mitchell got some as a freshman.
It's a rarity in college basketball. If you're experienced, you've got an enormous advantage.
Mitchell rising, came up short, and he thought he was fouled. And it's a Wyoming basketball.
But you saw the possession down the floor. They got a cross-screen action to get Mitchell. He drew a foul, and then off the baseline out of bounds, they get him the ball isolated at that elbow area. Couldn't convert.
One of the things that San Diego State is better at in the last few years is offense. And I was talking to Mark Fisher, assistant coach, and he said that it's the ability to have shooters. I mean, you got 3 really good ones, right, in Shackle, Mitchell, and Gomez. And the fact is that defensively, they don't sacrifice their traditions of defense and rebounding. with that trio. Gomez has gotten better. Mitchell and Shackle are elite defenders.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think last year is the first year that I could really see that and agree with that. As Ducell knocks down a big three.
He's back.
He is back. But I think last year's team with Malachi Flynn, the transfer from Washington State, having such a great season kind of really changed my perception of the San Diego State program from being tremendous defensively, but to still being good defensively, but also able to score it really well.
Tie game again. Butler short. Ducell has the rebound. The last time San Diego State has trailed in the second half, mid-January. I mean, we're almost mid-March. So it's almost 2 months since the Aztecs have trailed. Now, they've not trailed yet. Foster, a three. Foster, a three! Now they trail. First time in almost 2 months.
Talk about shooting the ball is contagious. It's getting contagious for Wyoming. Back-to-back threes.
Just wow. First Ducell, and then Foster. Heavy underdogs, the 8th seed, the Cowboys on top.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Hi, I'm a new customer and I want your best new smartphone deal.
Well, I'm an existing customer and I'd like your best new smartphone deal.
Oh, do you?
Actually, it's for both new and existing customers.
I feel silly, but I do want the fastest 5G network.
Oh, I want the fastest 5G network.
Are we actually doing this again?
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives everyone the same great deal, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free when you trade in.
The chicken or the egg? The question isn't which came first. It's which comes with peanut butter. Duh.
And we'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up.
5-Hour Energy helps you get stuff done. And now, when you purchase 5-Hour Energy, you can instantly win cash prizes. For complete rules and how to enter, visit 5hewin.com. 5-Hour Energy, the official sponsor of getting stuff done.
AT&T 5G game summary. The 8th seed on top of the regular season champs. And three-point shooting, Dan Dickau, that's your specialty, and that's what the Cowboys have done.
In March, if you're the underdog, a lot of times you got to get hot from three, and Wyoming has done just that. 9 threes on the afternoon with almost 10 minutes left. Xavier Ducell has been on fire with 5 of those himself. But Kenny Foster, his sidekick with 3 of his own. If you're Wyoming, keep playing patient, play with space, and shoot it with confidence.
Last time a 1 seed went down, that was a regular season champion Air Force. They went to the NCAA tournament. That was in Joe Scott's first run. So it's been a while. And we told you during this win streak, and for the first time since mid-January, San Diego State is behind in the second half. And clearly this tempo, this pace, this game plan for Wyoming is frustrating the Aztecs.
Maldonado, great job pushing Mitchell's catch out darn near to the half-court line.
Mitchell bumped, and that was before the shot. That's another thing that we've focused on San Diego State and their great defense. Wyoming has been terrific defensively in this game.
Well, they've done a really nice job of making things difficult on San Diego State's 2 leading scorers. Shackles only had a couple opportunities where he's been able to break free coming off screens. And then Maldonado in particular has done a nice job of forcing Mitchell's catches almost to half court and fighting his post-up opportunities as well.
Gomez gets loose, 3 on the way. It's a 2. His foot was on the line. So it's a 2. And a 1-point Wyoming lead. You saw Maldonado leave. That's a huge loss. Maldonado has helped control the tempo, both offensively and defensively. And he's out with 4 fouls, and there's 9 minutes left. Thompson. And that one rolls over the backboard. Hunter Thompson, which is a good name for Las Vegas. 6'10", 235 pounds. He's a 3-point shooter, and so is Gomez. And there's the foot.
He'd like to have that catch back and slide his right foot back 3 or 4 inches. But a lot of people would think, hey, that shot from the 6'11" Thompson's a bad shot. That's actually his specialty. He's great as a perimeter shooting big.
Thompson got absolutely clobbered on a screen, and San Diego State has reclaimed the lead. Williams, a freshman. Dussel, a freshman. Foster, the sophomore. Ike, a freshman. Thompson, a junior, on the floor for Wyoming. And you got some heavy-duty seniors on the floor for the Aztecs. Gomez a steal. Taken right back by Williams, who walks the line, almost went into backcourt.
Gotta love that play and that effort from Williams. He turns it over. Instead of dropping his head, he immediately gets back on defense. He comes up with a steal himself.
And happy to run clock. An EK screen, a Williams 3. Oh! Banks it in!
Basketball is such a funny game. You make a concerted effort to make the right plays that I just pinpointed with Williams. The next time you're gonna get some luck, the bank 3 from straight away.
Gomez driving. And a rebounding foul on Nathan Mensah.
Marcus Williams sticking with it. The defense goes under the screen. I'm gonna raise up behind it. I didn't mean to bank it, but I'll take it.
You're watching Bracket Week, brought to you by Kubota.
You're an American who's now in charge of a football club, despite possessing very little knowledge of the game. You got a question in there, Trent?
I got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Offside, you turn it!
I am 0 for 2 in that sentence. This man has a plan. Plan. Plan.
Plan.
Plan.
No, plan.
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 We are talking college hoops. Let's check in with Chris Hassel to get a little flavor of the action we can expect tonight. Chris?
Barbecue wavy and ranch. The Southern barbecue stack.
Adam, what is he doing? Chris?
Major basketball game tonight as we inch closer to March.
We made USAA insurance for members like Kate. A former Army medic made it the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Reese's eggs are back, and we hit them somewhere you'll never find. Psych! We put them everywhere. Grocery stores and supermarkets, gas stations, and chiropractors' offices, bowling alleys and grocery stores, which we already mentioned. Not sorry, Reese's.
Well, this should be a very spirited Inside College Basketball. Talking all things conference tournaments, just the start here in the Mountain West. Matchups, highlights, projections. Pete Gillen going crazy. Brent Stover, the point guard. Ryan Gomes, John Rothstein. 55-53. The 8 seed Wyoming up by 2. Shot tracker, and not just shots, but passes that lead to shots.
I think this is an important stat, not just for Wyoming, but from all basketball teams. When you make multiple actions and you break the defense down, it leads to extra swings with the ball, get it to the opposite side of the floor. And with that, you create opportunities for the defense to break down. With that comes the opportunity for more open shots. And I think Wyoming has done a nice job of that on most possessions this afternoon.
Oh, and that's a reference to last night when, if you think this is an upset, last night the number 7 seed women's team from Wyoming won the Mountain West Championship. The 7 seed, playing 4 games in 4 days, and they had a lot of swing that led to open threes last night.
So much about basketball is creating an opportunity on the offensive end, putting the defense at a disadvantage or a rotation. If they're late, the next guy has to come help, and it creates a better opportunity for yourself on that offensive end. And Wyoming has done a good job of that throughout this game.
And we'll keep our eyes out on Hunter Maldonado, who's on the bench with 4 fouls for Wyoming. He's been a key in this game, handling the ball, defending Mitchell. Williams probes. Shot clock down. Williams launches and misses long.
They had a switch. The smaller Seiko was on EK. They couldn't get to it because of great ball pressure from the Aztecs defensively.
Mitchell thought about a 3. Gomez, rocket quick. With a left.
Not only is he quick, but for his size, he is unbelievably strong. He gets that shoulder by you. As a defender, there's not much you can do.
His game has really rounded out this year, playing at San Diego State. No longer just a scorer or a 3-point shooter. Williams. Thompson retrieves, got to get it up. Foster driving, off the glass. That's not a violation, but it may be a foul. And it's Mitchell's foul, it's his 3rd. That was a weird sequence. And what seemed like a late whistle. The shot clock went off, but that was after the ball hit the rim. And that's the foul. Mitchell. The weird thing is the Mitchell contact came after the buzzer sounded, signaling a shot clock violation, which it was not.
It's actually a good foul. Otherwise, EK would have had an easy rebound and put back 2 points.
Williams, Thompson can't hold it. Pulliam with Shackle. Corner 3, no. Thompson a rebound, and EK fouls on the rebound. Mitchell had good position.
EK looked at the official after that play and said, come on, that's an easy one. One of the easier ones we've had this afternoon.
3rd personal on Graham EK. Gomez is loose again.
Tremendous execution on baseline out of bounds. So many times the best coached teams across the country execute in situations where it's baseline or sideline out of bounds. That's a great example of Coach Dutcher really taking the time throughout the season to really work on the details.
Ducell, dangerous, rises, Ducell, oh, another one! Hand in his face. The freshman from Scottsdale buries another. And the 8 seed ain't going away anytime soon. Wow.
That is just a stare down 3. Doesn't really use the pick and roll. Kind of a half switch. Mensah doesn't necessarily get out there soon enough. Ducell raises up, knocks down another. His 6th 3 of the afternoon. You want to be playing your best basketball in March, and that's exactly what Ducell is doing. A career high 20 now for that young man. Had 19 last night against San Jose State.
And look at the three-point shooting, 6 of 9 as you noted. Last night, 5 of 7. So in less than 24 hours, he's dialed in. And in 2015, the last time they got to the semifinals, they won and went on to the NCAA tournaments. That was a Larry Shyatt-led team. Larry Nance Jr., Josh Adams. Pulliam driving. Loose ball. Foster. Shackle a three. Shackle with a three.
It's winning time. Final 5 minutes of the game, you would expect your seniors, whether it's Shackle with that three or Mitchell, to have the ball in their hands and determine the outcome of this game if you're San Diego State.
When do you bring Maldonado back off the bench?
I would imagine it's got to be soon. He's done a really good job defensively on Mitchell.
Dussel against Mensah. That's a mismatch. Dussel got to the bucket and Mensah fouls.
San Diego State has been switching a lot this half. Mensah usually is pretty good in that situation where he can keep the ball handler in front because he's got good length. He can move his feet laterally pretty well, but Dussel, nice job turn the corner, get himself to the line for two.
First free throw is off.
He must have needed a hand in his face because he's made some tough ones today.
Rolls that one in. It's a 1-point lead for the 1 seed San Diego State. 4.5 minutes left. Ball game.
Look at Dussel again, way off of Pulliam defensively.
Mitchell. No. Dussel. And I know it's 1 versus 8, and you see that in a lot of conference tournaments, but in this conference, the distance between the top 4 teams and the rest of the field is pretty darn dramatic. So this is a huge gap between a 1 and an 8 in this opening round here in the quarterfinals of the Mountain West. And Shackle fouls EK. Under 4 timeouts. This would be a seismic upset in the landscape of the Mountain West and college hoops. The Cowboys of Wyoming hanging in against the Aztecs.
When you run a business, you run with unknowns. You run with fresh starts, restarts, and starts you never thought possible. And when you find what works, the future is yours to shape.
This is how I got Tatanisha to switch to Aldi. Tatanisha is super healthy. She's like the juice sheriff.
So I was asking, where do those ingredients even come from? And she goes, they came from Aldi. I didn't even know Aldi had organic produce, all right?
And I'm like, girl, you want some or not? I told you, organic doesn't have to be expensive.
Mm-hmm. Aldi, y'all.
Friends don't let friends pay too much for groceries.
These days, it's okay to do some things halfway. But taking prescriptions shouldn't be one of them. So CVS works to make them affordable with a proprietary search tool that looks for savings. Plus, we deliver free. No wonder CVS customers are better than most at staying on prescriptions, which tends to make you healthier.
Hey.
Get a free prescription savings review at CVS.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Pringles. Stack flavors, make new ones.
Some great memories there for the Cowboys, beating San Diego State in the championship game in 2015. Saw Josh Adams and Larry Nance Jr. and Larry Shiath. Heavy underdogs in this quarterfinal game. But Wyoming, with Jeff Linder and his game plan, have hung in by 1. And for San Diego State, the last time they lost a game, well, it's 11 games ago, and it was on the road in Logan, tough place to play. And Utah State beat them. In fact, Utah State swept San Diego State. The format for Brian Dutcher and all the coaches in the Mountain West, you play twice your opponent in a span of 3 days. Somewhat of a foul trouble reset. Maldonado's got 4, Mensah's got 4, Mitchell and Shackle with 3. EK not a great free throw shooter. But remember, he did not play or practice for almost 14 months. He had a severe knee injury, ACL surgery. He wasn't cleared to practice until January of this year. As a true freshman, here he is in a big moment, and he hits both free throws. You see Maldonado on the bench, and he's off the bench, and he's coming to the table. Pulliam, Mitchell, EK out on him. Tomajic begging for it. Backing in on Thompson. Tomajic gets under and in. Missed it. Thompson has the rebound. Ducell against Shackle.
Another pick and roll for Wyoming. It's going to be interesting to see if they make the correct read, whether San Diego State switches or not. They have been switching.
Williams whips it. Foster, too strong. Way too strong. And now, Hunter Maldonado, the most experienced Cowboy, a guy that has controlled the tempo, has played great defense, comes off the bench with 4 fouls and 3:09 left.
And this is what you wanted. When you took him out, Jeff Linder. You wanted the game to still be where it's at, a 1-possession game either way when you get your leader back on the floor.
Gomez, quick 3. Yes! Huge shot for the Aztecs.
Wow. The difference in guarding Gomez versus Pulliam or Seiko in that scenario. Ducell goes under, Gomez makes him pay.
Gomez has 18, and that leads the Aztecs. This has been the game plan throughout. A team that scored 111 yesterday has taken the air out of the ball. Foster in a crowd, and that's not good when that crowd is San Diego State. Gomez, lob, Mensah missed the dunk. EK has the rebound, and Wyoming down 2.
That could come back to haunt San Diego State. So important in these situations. If you can't finish cleanly, come down with it. Make yourself available to get fouled or finish it.
You just don't see this in the game these days. A team literally taking the clock down and then going into action. Maldonado, step back, not a good 3-point shooter, and he hits it! He has struggled well under 20% this year from distance, and Maldonado gives Wyoming a 1-point lead.
Got to get the ball in Matt Mitchell's hands. Conference Player of the Year.
Gomez driving in the lane. Shot was blocked, but he's fouled. Ducell thought he had all ball. Gomez will shoot 2.
You said it, Rich. Maldonado's not a great 3-point shooter, under 20% on the season, but stepping up in a big situation to knock that one down. On the flip side, Ducell's got to make that adjustment guarding a non-scorer or non-outside shooter to Gomez. You've got to gap him. Don't give him dribble penetration angles. More importantly, don't put him at the line.
Gomez a great shooter wherever he is. Free throw line, 3-point, inside, outside. This for the lead. San Diego State back on top. And back to the waiting game. Maldonado, an eye on the clock, and an eye on Mitchell. And then once you hit 10, it's go time. Maldonado again. Lost the ball. Ducell clocks down. Ducell's got distance on the way. No. Foster the rebound, and he's fouled. Gomez with the foul, and a chance for Wyoming to reclaim the lead. A minute 2 left.
San Diego State's defense is locked down much better these last few possessions, being active, getting their hands on the ball. That time popped right back out to Ducell, who had no choice but to launch the deep three, and then Foster active on the glass.
And he misses the free throw. It goes to Wyoming. Foster misses the front end, but Wyoming a break as it last touched San Diego State. Pulliam in. Here's a look. The San Diego State bench has been screaming for a review, and the officials are going to take a look at it.
Clearly off Mitchell's hands. Correct call by the official.
That's a great look. Great work in the truck and for our women and men on the cameras here in the Mountain West. Not just the players, not just the announcers, but the staff. Anybody that's in this building has undergone extreme COVID safety protocols.
Clearly should be Wyoming basketball, but in that situation, the scenario, yes, Foster is a pretty good free throw shooter. San Diego State, you got to expect and anticipate a miss and block out. You got to root the Wyoming player who's to your outside on the free throw lane line. You got to block them out. San Diego State simply looked as if they just turned and went to the ball.
Sometimes what'll get you, I've heard rebounders on free throws in specific talk about the second bounce off the rim. And that ball, it hit once, and then it came down and hit twice. Yeah. And sometimes you can do just what you said. You can block out, you can root, and you can anticipate. But that second bounce sometimes can get you. Williams will inbound. Freshman of the year in the conference, driving. Freshman of the year in the conference, missing. And Shackle has the rebound. San Diego State a 1-point lead. Under a minute left. Pulliam races into front court, calls the timeout. And the regular season champ, who've been on the ropes and really pushed, have 49 seconds to protect this 1 seed, protect this 1-point lead. This is much more of a game than anybody expected. They played twice, both blowouts. You see the reset. Possession arrow is in Wyoming's favor. Just 1 timeout left for San Diego State.
Well, you look at the foul situation, and many times you think, hey, we're down 1, we need to foul. I disagree in this situation with 49 seconds. You've done a nice job defensively. Play this possession out to the end. Get a stop, make sure you secure the rebound, and then if you do that, you have a chance to win the game in the waning seconds.
It's funny, we've watched this entire game with Wyoming, the explosive offense, who had 111 yesterday, absolutely walk the ball up the floor, wait the clock out, and we've seen San Diego State on their possessions have a real sense of urgency to get it going and to whip it up and really roll. Now, if you're San Diego State, maybe not so urgent, but at least you're looking for a really good shot.
Yeah, and I would expect a couple possible looks for San Diego State. Maybe Shackle coming off a screen. If he gets a great look, he's got the freedom to knock it down. But then, more importantly, I would expect the ball to be in Mitchell's hands on the low block because he could put so much pressure on the defense.
You see those game trends. The big, to me, look, San Diego State's lead of 4. That's the biggest lead in this game. Mitchell inbound. Gomez is out there. Mensah, Seiko, and Shackle. And Gomez at the controls. It's a page out of Wyoming's playbook. Shackle came for the screen. Gomez. No, long rebound, and Wyoming has it. Foster with the ball, 20 seconds left. The 8th seed, down a point. Final moments. Mountain West quarterfinal. Maldonado driving on Mitchell. Back out. Williams 3. No! Rebound Mitchell. 5 seconds left. Everything has worked for Wyoming from the start, except that possession.
They attacked in ways that it's been successful for them throughout the day. A dribble drive attack from Maldonado. Williams gets an okay look, just comes up short. Rebound comes to Mountain West Player of the Year, Matt Mitchell, who can create some separation with these free throws.
And a timeout. Wyoming has 2 timeouts. They're going to use one here and try to maybe freeze Mitchell, who's a very good free throw shooter at 82%. And of course, Wyoming, we've seen them from 3. They have been brilliant today, 12 of 24. So even if he drops 2 in, this one's not done.
It's not done in the least. If he does happen to make 2, then obviously, yes, Wyoming must go for a 3, but that hasn't been a problem today whatsoever for Wyoming. 12 of 24 from that 3-point line. 3 Cowboys with multiple threes, Williams, Foster, and Dussel on the afternoon. So they've got opportunities if they're coming down quickly in transition after maybe a rebound or an inbound after a made free throw.
Regardless of what happens here, whoever plays San Diego State next, whether it's the semifinals of this tournament or the first round of the NCAA tournament, this game tape is going to be front and center when they scout San Diego State.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, it's one of those kind of funny things. Coaches work on different things throughout the season, but they keep them in their back pocket until the postseason play. I'm sure if you were Leon Rice at Boise State or Steve Alford in Nevada, you're looking at this game film, if San Diego State prevails, to prepare and thinking, okay, what do we have in our back pocket that could surprise the Aztecs based on what we did during the regular season?
Of course, to make it work, you have to handle the ball, you got to shoot the threes, you got to play the defense, and Wyoming has done all of that. But right now, San Diego State has their guy at the line, Matt Mitchell. He'll shoot 1 and 1. San Diego State does not have anyone on the lane. First one's down.
An interesting thing to look at is if Mitchell hits this free throw, they'll be up 3. They might foul to put Wyoming on the line and not give them a chance to shoot a 3.
He made it. Let's see if they do foul. Wyoming's going to call a timeout. How do you, I mean, look, we see this in the college game, and most coaches will foul. The question I would say have for you as an offensive player, as a three-point shooter in your career, how in the world do you avoid that if you're on offense?
Well, here's the thing: is if San Diego State employs that tactic to foul, you have to be very careful to do it in a timing and in a manner where there is no doubt in the official's mind that the offensive player is in the motion to shoot a three-point shot, because that has happened on occasion. So you got to make sure it's on a catch or on a dribble, not in the act of shooting. But if you do that and you put them at the line now, you know, that potentially gives them a free opportunity to make the first, purposely miss the second, and then you have to worry about blocking out and not allowing the offensive team a chance at a putback.
Wyoming has a timeout left. Williams will inbound. Williams, Dussel, Foster, Thompson, all good three-point shooters. Thompson flips. This is Williams. There's the foul with 3 seconds left. So at least now they've advanced the ball, and the inbound, well, they're going to say the inbound, or excuse me, the foul. Williams is at the line, and he'll shoot 1 and 1. That was foul number 9 for San Diego State. You got to make the first. Made the first. Last timeout. And now I ask a great shooter, an All-American, Dan Dickau, played in the NBA, played many games in the NCAA tournament. What's the best way to miss a free throw, Dan?
First off, you got to miss it. I've seen too many scenarios like this where you're told to miss it and something happens, you make it. So the message Jeff Linder's, I'm sure, saying right now is, first off, we got to miss it. And then the question is, do we miss it soft and X our 2 offensive players on the lane line to see if we can't get a quick rebound and bucket? Or do we maybe try to miss it where it bounces high, bat it out to the three-point line where you're probably going to have a couple shooters spaced where maybe they can chase it down and get an opportunity from beyond the arc?
And not enough time to make it and then try to foul or steal?
I wouldn't imagine so, because then you'd have to go the full length of the floor again.
And you want to miss it hard, right? Because you want a carom that travels. Oh, he made it, and the clock went. They're going to have to put a second back on the clock. And you're absolutely right, Dan. That happens.
Yes. A little foreshadowing, I guess. He had the right idea. Tried to rocket it at the rim to create a long carom.
Now a steal or a foul. The foul was actually before the ball was inbounded. They may put a 1/10 of a second back up. But same scenario here. You got Mitchell going back to the line. And he has a chance to stretch it back to 3.
And Linder, with no timeouts for Wyoming, does a nice job of regrouping his guys. And Williams, oh, he can't believe it. I was trying to miss it, Coach. Seriously. I didn't mean to.
So no timeouts means if the shot is missed or if the shots are made, you got to set your play up right now.
Yes.
And Maldonado has fouled out.
And the advantage that Wyoming would have in this scenario is they've got lots of shooters, but they also have a 6'11" target who you could throw full court to in Hunter Thompson that also has the ability to shoot it from beyond the arc.
They did put, the clock I think melted down to 3.2, and they've put those 2/10 back up at 3.4. Officials at the table, I think they were double checking the clock. So here we go, Mitchell again. And it is 1 and 1.
Just shoot her. The ref don't just shoot her with you.
Free throw's good. A chance to put it back to 3, and then right back to probably fouling again. Got it. Williams rises and missed it. And the 1 seed survives. San Diego State. All they could ask for from the 8 seed Wyoming, toe-to-toe with the regular season champs and a bunch of freshmen and sophomores and a junior. Wyoming absolutely pushed them to the brink.
You got to give Wyoming a ton of credit. Came into the conference tournament, played extremely well last night in the victory, but today, you're right, gave the 1 seed San Diego State all they could handle in the end. San Diego State, the experience of Terrell Gomez, Jordan Shackle, and Matt Mitchell was a little too much.
And we thought game 2 was going to be the game, right?
Yes.
How about this? San Diego State advances, and game 2 is going to be a great game. You've got the 4 seed in Boise State and a red-hot Nevada team that swept the Broncos in the regular season, and of course Boise State playing for their NCAA tournament lives. Brian Dutcher joins us now. Dutch, this was really a unique game. First of all, congratulations on the win. Talk about Wyoming's game plan and what it forced you guys to do and how you were able to survive it.
I mean, Coach Linder does a great job. I mean, they've been up and down all year, and for this game, with a 1-day prep, they're able to slow the pace down. They played short clock, tried to shorten the game, and they did a really good job. And so they put us in a dilemma. Do we want to come out, pressure, trap, or play straight? And it was a short shot clock game. I thought it was good for us, obviously, that we won it, first of all, but we play in a tempo like that where every possession's important, and we made important plays down the stretch.
Hey, Coach, what's the message to your guys who you guys get so much offensively in transition based off your defense, but then they slow it down so much, take care of the ball that you can't get out in transition and play too fast yourselves? What was the message you had for your guys?
I just said these games are going to be hard at halftime. I'm not surprised. And every game we play from the rest of the way is going to be like this one. So believe in yourselves, believe in the game plan, play whatever pace we have to play at to be successful. And I think we showed. We can play fast. We can play slow. We're on a 11-game win, 12-game win streak, and I'm just proud of our guys right now.
We talk so much about Matt Mitchell and Jordan Shackle, and we should, but the development this year of Terrell Gomez and his performance in this game, it just speaks volumes about your program and how far he's come. And he already was a decorated player when he stepped on your campus.
Yeah, for a guy that's first year in the program as a fifth-year senior, he's ready for big moments. And I just felt coming into this tournament that he would be the guy that rose his game above all else, that he's got huge swagger, he's a big shot maker, and he could be that guy in March that leads us on a long run, I'm hoping.
He was 8 of 12 and had 20 points. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Brian Dutcher and his San Diego State Aztecs, 21-4 now, number 19 in the country, and importantly through to the semifinals. For Dan Dickau, our entire crew, I'm Rich Waltz. This is a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Coming up next, we've got game number 2 on quarterfinal day in the Mountain West. 5-seed Nevada, 4-seed Boise State. Now we send you back to New York for Inside College Basketball Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.
Hey there, welcome. It's Inside College Basketball Bracket Week presented by Kubota alongside Ryan Gomes, Pete Gillen, and our CBS Sports College Basketball Insider. Giddy up and loaded John Rothstein. I'm Brad Stover. What a game, Ryan. 69-66. Coach Dutcher feeling very fortunate to come away with a victory, survive, and advance.
Well, he didn't give up a lot. He didn't give up triple digits tonight. That's why he's excited. They slowed the tempo down. They wasn't in favor of Wyoming. It was in favor of San Diego State. But we've seen a little bit of flaws in San Diego State. But Gomez came up big at the end. He made big plays off the dribble. He was able to make things happen, along with Shackelford and along with the other Trey Pulliam as well.
Yeah, those guys all in double digits. Obviously, the 20 for Gomez on 8 of 12 from the field. Pete, your thoughts?
Great game. How about Wyoming now? 111 points yesterday. 111 they scored, right? Now, forget that because we got bombed both times, right, by San Diego State when they played during the regular season, Ryan. So they changed everything. They made 12 threes. It was an unbelievable game plan. But how about San Diego State? The courage, the guts, the grit. Gomez, Ryan hit it right on the head. Gomez was great. So credit San Diego State, but give plenty of plaudits, I think, to Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming's a team and a program on the rise in the Mountain West. And how about the depth of this conference continuing to reiterate itself? We knew, obviously, going in about 5 teams in this Mountain West Conference tournament. San Diego State, Boise State, Utah State, and obviously Colorado State, also Nevada with Grant Sherfield. But now you see the bottom of the league continuing to come up towards the top. Mountain West has had a good season. Looks like the conference is only getting better. 2 things as we go to break. Jeff Linder, you mentioned it at halftime. Fantastic job. The future is bright in Laramie. And also the 6 of 10 from downtown for Xavier Dussel, 21 in the loss. He was fantastic. So San Diego State, the first team to move into the Mountain West semifinals, is going to face the winner of Nevada and Boise State coming up in about a half hour's time right here on CBS Sports Network. Huge game for the Broncos, who sit as one of Jerry Palm's last 4 in. They certainly can't afford a loss with other bubble teams still padding their resumes. More to come here on Inside College Basketball Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.
Out here, you're more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a landscaper, a hunter. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right. The only one from America's most reliable network. We designed our 5G to make the things you do every day better. With 5G nationwide, millions of people can now work, listen, and stream in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities where people can use massive capacity, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is the 5G that's built for you. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
10 seconds left. John, more ways to inbound.
Yo, you checked FanDuel lately?
Sammy Wynn behind home plate. 1 out to go. More ways and Wynn looking to make something here. Pull up jumper. More ways throws. Wynn shoots. It's up.
There's just
more ways to win. More ways to win. More ways to win. More ways to win.
That's what I'm telling you. There are more ways to win with FanDuel.
Oh, this is a mouth-watering Marco's Pizza. And this is a new build-your-own-pizza bowl with no crust and up to 4 toppings for $7.99. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
In a world where most things seem real, sometimes they're not.
Don Cheadle.
New Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer is real, and it tastes that way.
Inside College Basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Kubota. Together we do more. And by Hertz, going the extra mile for you.
ACC quarterfinals and a big one this afternoon. Syracuse needing another win, taking on top seed Virginia. Buddy Boeheim led all scores, a career-high 31, but Sam Hauser mid-range. Cavaliers up 6. Syracuse would answer, down 4. Marek Dolezaj with a steal to Richmond. Quincy Guerrier slams it home. Cuse down 2. They would tie the game on free throws. Virginia looking to win the game.
Game's tied. Kie Claw kicks it to Beekman from downtown. Bang! Only 3 in the game. Cavaliers survive and move on to the semis.
Reese Beekman, the hero, 72 to 69. Huff in double figures. Hauser, Trey Murphy. You mentioned Beekman's only made shot of the game, and he made it count. So, Syracuse falls. Let's take a look at Syracuse's tournament resume. It's brought to you by Kubota. The Orange entered the day as Jerry's last team in the field. So today's loss certainly a missed opportunity. Cuse with only 1 quad 1 win this year, and that was against NC State, which won't make the tournament. So let's welcome in our bracket expert, Jerry Palm, to talk Syracuse. Jerry, are the Orange at the mercy now of everybody else playing at this point?
Well, yeah, that's the way it is when you're done, right? They're my last team in as of this morning. They still have a chance to make the tournament. You saw on their resume they've got some pretty good wins. The problem with Syracuse's resume is all of those wins have come at home. Their best wins away from home, the 2 against North Carolina State, one in the tournament and one in the regular season, truly on the road. But they're only 3-8 away from the Dome. So if they miss the tournament, that will be why. I don't know. I still think that they have a decent chance of getting in, but we'll have to see what the teams around them do the rest of this week.
Jerry, thanks. We will check in with you later on. So, Ryan, a crushing loss certainly this afternoon for the Orange.
Yeah, it was a crushing loss, but, you know, the resume looks decent. So the way Buddy Boeheim's been playing the last 3-4 games, I think they have a great chance of getting in. They've been a team that's been playing well, shooting the ball well, and took some teams down to the wire. They had 3 more seconds in that game. They might have tied it with the way Buddy Boeheim has been playing, but we'll see what happens on Selection Sunday.
Yeah, Boeheim had 27 yesterday, 31 a career high in this game. Meantime, Villanova opened the Big East tournament run today, taking on Georgetown. Of course, the Wildcats are without Big East Player of the Year Colin Gillespie, but Justin Moore did return after dealing with a sprained ankle last week. Pick it up in a 2-point game, Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
Yeah, he was sensational, Brent, showing the face-up game here. This made it a 5-point game with just under 90 seconds to play. Then Qudus Wahab going to answer for Georgetown and get the free throw. Georgetown would take a 1-point lead, and then Caleb Daniels, one chance for the win. No good. We have a bid stealer at Madison Square Garden.
Georgetown, Pat Ewing knows a thing or two about success in winning games inside the Garden. On the flip side, Pete, Nova does not look the same without Colin Gillespie.
No, you lose a great player. I tried Player of the Year, unbelievable player, Gillespie, 14 points, 4 assists. But give Georgetown a lot of credit. All right, they got the ball into the big dog, Wahab. Okay, how about Patrick Ewing? One of the best centers alive, dead, or yet to be born. Right? Exactly. You know what I mean? And he's coaching Wahab, who sometimes looks a little clumsy. All right, he's gotten better and better. 17 points tonight. They're going inside there. Now, Patrick, I know a little bit. Steam's coming out of his ears when the guy messes up. And Louis Orr, who's my assistant, all right, at Xavier in Providence, says, calm down, Patrick, calm down. We're all right. And the kid's gotten better and better. And the little guy, the big guy played great. And Dante Harris, the point guard, 18 points, the little guy. So the little guy and the big guy, give the Hoyas a lot of credit. Everybody was burying them. They're playing great right now. Watch out for the Hoyas.
Well, and another thing, Pete, too, to piggyback off your point, I think we need to look at the coaching job that Patrick has done and look at what he's lost. Mac McClung's the best player on Texas Tech. James Akinjo's the starting point guard at Arizona. Josh LeBlanc is a key piece at LSU, who's, going to be a 6 or 7 seed in the tournament. So you have taken really the bulk of Georgetown's starters and contributors from a year ago, put them other places in college basketball, but the Hoy is still 2 wins away from the NCAA tournament.
Exciting.
So that started the day at the Garden. Game number 2 of the Big East tournament saw a pair of teams out of Jerry's Field altogether. Seton Hall, St. John's met up. The loser almost certainly headed for the NIT, but the winner still with a chance. So let's pick it up. 2 minutes, St. John's down 60-57. Marcellus Erlington from deep, tied at 60, under a minute left. Off the inbound, Miles Kale to the rim for 2, and this one going to tie the game at 62. One last chance here for Seton Hall. Sandro Mamukelashvili can't get it to go. Headed into overtime, and John Rothstein in OT with 1:51 on the clock.
Mamu to Miles. Get some kale in your diet. Seton Hall up by 5, under 30 seconds to play.
You got it.
Kale.
29 seconds to be exact. All right. Back to the ACC, Miami, final 40 seconds against Georgia Tech.
Bubba Parham with the drive and the finish, and it's a 5-point game. Miami going to get a 3 here and tie it, make it 68-66. That's Cam McGusty. Georgia Tech going to break the press. Alvarado ahead to Jordan Usher, the USC transfer. Yellow Jackets in the final 4 of the ACC.
70-66. Boise State in a must-win game today against Nevada. The Broncos set to take on the Wolfpack in the Mountain West quarters. Right here on CBS Sports Network. Tip time, 5:45 Eastern for that one. More to come on Inside College Basketball Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.
In a world 5-Hour Energy helps you get stuff done. And now, when you purchase 5-Hour Energy, you can instantly win cash prizes. For complete rules and how to enter, visit 5HAWin.com. 5-Hour Energy, the official sponsor of getting stuff done.
The thing about freedom is, freedom has no limits. There's no such thing as too many adventures or too many unforgettable moments. There will never be too many stories to write or too many memories to make. But when it comes to a vehicle that will be there for it all, there's only one. Jeep.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right. The only one from America's most reliable network. We designed our 5G to make the things you do every day better. With 5G nationwide, millions of people can now work, listen, and stream in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities where people can use massive capacity, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is the 5G that's built for you. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
At Domino's, we're more than just classic hand-tossed pizza for $7.99. We're hearty handmade pan crust, tasty gluten-free crust, foldable Brooklyn-style crust, and crunchy thin crust, too. Carry out 3-topping pizzas on any of Domino's 5 crusts for $7.99 each.
How do you think they make Starburst taste so juicy?
Starburst? Juice-Dradic equation. Super top secret mathematical formula they keep stored inside a safe, inside a vault, inside a volcano.
Oh, Juice-Dradics.
Starburst, unexplainably juicy.
This is a tale that takes place in the month of May. It's a real page-turner with a major ending. This is the story of the PGA Championship.
Welcome back. Second round Big Ten tournament, Minnesota and the 5-seed Ohio State.
Dwayne Washington to the drive. It's a 14-point game, but here come the Gophers. Marcus Carr with the floater. He's been sensational all season. He doesn't want his season to be over, so he hits the step back to cut it to one leg. Carr's excited. 2 shots, misses. Ohio State with the rebound. The Buckeyes will advance. Minnesota's season is over.
Survival, 79-75. Earlier in the day, Michigan State and Maryland in the 8-9 game.
Mark Turgeon obviously feeling like he needs a win to keep moving up. Good thing he has Aaron Wiggins on his team. That is the X factor in College Park. Eric Ayala not bad either. Wiggins and Ayala both deep in the double figures. Ayala with 21 and 9 rebounds. Then 50-50 ball inside. Wiggins with the finish. 19 points. College Park, the spring break capital of the Northeast.
Time now for our Hertz Conference Tournament expert picks, and we're talking the Big Ten Tournament. John, who do you like to come out of it this weekend?
I'm going with Illinois. Illinois is a team that has the best 1-2 punch in college basketball, and if it can get mileage out of both Adam Miller and Andre Curbelo, the Illini have more than a chance to go to the Final Four. They could win a national championship.
Do you have a sleeper in the Big Ten?
I'm going to go with Rutgers because this is a team that was ranked very high early in the season. They've fallen off a little bit. The million-dollar question is, Bren, we were talking about this in late December, when Ron Harper Jr. was playing at an all-Big Ten first-team caliber level, the ceiling for the Scarlet Knights completely changed. He has to get back into that type of a rhythm.
Rutgers takes on Indiana tonight. You will be on your couch on the Upper East Side.
Yeah, let's just hope I stay awake.
Don't forget to
we sleep in May.
CBSSports.com/conference brackets for a chance to play the CBS Sports Conference Brackets game presented by Hertz.
Sing to it.
Sing to it.
Sing to it.
You know your love.
Keep on lifting. Higher. Higher and higher. I said your love. Get out. Lifting. Higher and higher. I said your love.
Special delivery.
At Domino's, you can now stream thousands of movies for free with any online order, no matter what you order. So you could have stuffed cheesy bread with extra cheesy rom-coms.
It's you.
It's you. It's me.
Or saddle up on the couch for specialty pizza and a Western. Get 30-day access to stream thousands of movies for free on Epix Now with any online order from Domino's.
My wheat farm in Utah pays for my potato farm in Idaho, which complicates my taxes. Wish I could hand them off to an expert.
I'll file those taxes for you. Hand them off.
Thank you.
Let an expert file for you. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Bolt 24, keeping it real with Serena.
If you've never worn a catsuit to work, you really should. And if you've never tried Bolt 24 Restore with 10 grams of collagen, you really should.